Good evening, viewers of Voice of Canada. We are back with a brand new episode with my co host Simona Cutone. And I've got a very wonderful, dynamic guest today, Miss Earth Canada for 2022. She's here with us, present with us, and we have an honor again to talk to her all about her activities, what all she is doing in her life, as she has even earlier appeared in our show, but that was due to paucity of time. We could not talk much to her about her current pageant, which is the Great, and she's all set to go to some exotic lands this year and proudly represent Canada and raise our Canadian flag. So, guest, we are offering you a talk with our Jessica Cianchino.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It is always, so nice to meet you. And of course, it is always an honor to be on this show.
Our pleasure.
Like you said, I was here before, and I'm always so excited to see everyone working here. And it's just an honor and very humbled to be here.
So this we would put as a Jessica Cianchino Part 2.
Yes.
So Jessica, as you are aware, you are well aware, you are a conscious woman in Canada, that how we are going to celebrate the International Women's Day, which falls on March 8th, and we are all looking forward to it. So have you got any message for our Canadian women, at the same time the women around the world?
Yes. So this International Women's Day, like you said, applies to all women all across the world. And the reason why we celebrate International Women's Day on the 8th of March is to celebrate the achievements of women. You know, a lot of the times women's contributions to society are ignored, or they're sometimes even silenced. So I think this is a day to remember that women, all these amazing women in our life, bring so many great things, and that we should really celebrate these contributions.
And this year, though, we hope that there will be tons of functions, events taking place on this day, and lots of people would be celebrating with a bang in Canada, as the things are opening up fast, and the pandemic we are leaving behind, and we are looking forward for a normal Canada again. Go ahead.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
So who do you think is responsible for taking up the women's issue?
This is a good question. I think everyone really is responsible. A lot of people just look at women and think that they are responsible for bringing these changes. And as much as women do need to step into leadership roles and to be more confident, we need to create space for these women. So that also includes men, of course, learning to collaborate with women and listen and understand that their experiences hold a lot of value in our society.
Absolutely.
Jessica, tell our viewers, what do you believe can be done in address gender stereotypes?
Yes, so gender stereotypes are, of course, the thing that limit a lot of women and men as well.
Yeah.
And I think that breaking the gender bias is so important.
Yeah.
That's why education is the number one thing in order to break these gender stereotypes.
Yeah. And you are aware of the fact that in Canada, we believe in equality.
Yes.
So men and women are the same. We give them the same status. Nobody comes on merit. Everything is done on rather merit.
Exactly. And everyone who immigrates to Canada from different cultures and countries, we all learn that we're all equal. And
we are Canadians.
And Canadians. And that's why it's such a great thing to be Canadian, right?
Go ahead.
Yeah. What progress have you seen in gender equality in terms of work or personal life?
So many things, of course, since women have been able to, given the right to vote, so many progress have occurred. But I think in my personal life, I can only speak on these experiences and just seeing every day the women in my life educate themselves and progress, and also the men in my life who are open to these discussions. I think that I learn the most when I speak to people who have different views from me, and I can take something away and they can take something away from it. So I really enjoy speaking to people with different views, and also men on women issues, because we really do need their help on this as well.
And everyone compliments you. You're such a sweet person in life that everyone, whoever I have spoken, they say she's a wonderful girl.
Oh, I think collaboration is so important.
Yeah, definitely.
And networking with others, because you never know who you're going to meet and what you can learn from them.
Yeah. And I always believe one thing leads to another.
Exactly.
Yes, so you have to be out there and socializing everything.
Always,
Yes.
always. Yeah. Always be kind.
Yes.
Jessica, inform our viewers of Voice of Canada that you are from the pageant world.
Yes.
And now you're a well-known name here in Canada, and not only here, but abroad too. You have done so many international platforms as well. So what would you say for the perspective of female empowerment via pageants?
Why are pageants? Oh, pageants, of course, encourage female empowerment. I think from my personal experience, I've learned that they have given young women a platform to use their voices for something bigger than themselves and raise awareness for important causes. For example, I am now a mental health advocate,
Wow.
and I was able to do so because of my pageant titles. But more specifically now as Miss Earth Canada, I can proudly say that I am an advocate for the environment and for sustainability.
Definitely.
So things like this definitely give women connections and a platform to raise awareness to important issues.
Definitely.
Right. And holding such a title is an honorable thing. What have you done with this title to empower women?
Yeah, so I started pageantry in 2018, and
Wow.
since then I have been collaborating with nonprofit organizations. We talked about this last time, like YPAM, and I'm also a keynote speaker for Girl Guides.
Wow.
So this is something that I do with my title that I genuinely love. I love to work with younger generation because,
Yeah.
of course, they are the future. So just being able to play a little small role in educating the younger generation,
Yeah.
it warms my heart,
Wow.
honestly.
Jessica, inform our viewers that have you questioned your ability because you are a woman?
Of course,
Do you lack
honestly.
anywhere?
I think that we all, just in general, every once in a while question our abilities.
Yes.
Maybe more so women.
Yes.
Because, I'm not saying that I wasn't raised with confidence and strength, because I have great role models, but I think that I do face these insecurities sometimes. And especially pageant women, when you look at them on stage, they look fearless and confident and they can do anything. And in reality, they are humans, right? As much as they are confident, we all have our insecurities and our self-doubts. So I think it's important to acknowledge that at the end of the day, we're all human and we all need support from each other. So that's why I gain strength from fellow women in my life.
Now you're a strong woman. You don't worry. You have to worry about the stage or anything.
Yeah,
You can face any challenge.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a process, right?
Yeah.
So we're always learning. Learning is an ongoing journey. So I think it's important to just constantly better ourselves.
Yeah. And then coming to the point that you say you're gonna get better. So question is, how did you develop the leadership skills, and how do you want other women out there tell them, like, how should they develop their skills?
Yeah, this is a difficult question because it's such a difficult thing to do, is develop your leadership skills,
Leadership
right?
skills.
I've been trying to do things that scare me, and that doing things that are
And
out
you
of my
overcome.
comfort zone. Exactly. Because you will stay consistent and you won't grow if you stay in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I would encourage other women to do more things that scare you and that challenge you, because then you will actually see real growth.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jessica, share with our viewers the empowerment moment that inspired you.
One moment. Well, there's so many moments,
You
but
can say a few examples because we are already going very, very fast with your part 2 interview, and I don't want to end so fast. We have got our time today. Last time we did not have time, so you can explain to them, our viewers, in detail. They love to see you. And after your last interview, I had lots of requests. When is Jessica coming back?
And I know he takes his time on interviews.
Well, I mean, there's so many experiences of when I've witnessed female empowerment. And like I said, women in my life, my 2 grandmothers, my mom and my aunt, they've really helped my journey, not only in pageantry, but in life.
They are your founder members.
Yes, they're the foundation of my life and my strength. So I gain inspiration from that as well. And also, I think that I've really been able to feel empowered when I'm, like I said, surrounded by children. When I went to the Philippines and I was able to visit girls' shelters and schools, and just seeing the joy that I was able to give these children just on being there and talking to them, you don't realize how much power you hold and how much impact you can have on people. So I think that really has proved that, women have strength, and it's important to empower each other. Yeah.
So, see, we have practically come to an end for the questions for Jessica part 2. We are really, really glad to have you. As usual, we would request you to recite a poem, which is an inspirational poem for our viewers to know how inspired you yourself is and how you would like to inspire others.
Yes, thank you. I actually love this poem. This is by Rupi Kaur. So maybe you've heard of her.
Yeah,
She's
definitely.
very, very famous. But I think that this poem is so important for International Women's Day. So it goes like this. I want to apologize to all the women I have called pretty before I've called them intelligent or brave. I am sorry I made it sound as though something as simple as what you are born with is the most important thing you should be proud of. When your spirit has crushed mountains, from now on I will say things like, you are resilient, or you are extraordinary. Not because I don't think you're pretty, but because you are so much more than that. That's Rupi Kaur.
Jessica, before we conclude our today's interview, which was rather short, I also feel sad that so fast your interview was completed. Would you like to give any comments before concluding comments to the women and to Canadians, what they should do and now how they should move forward after our pandemic is over?
Yes, well, I think that there are so many things going on in this world right now. Of course, we hear what's going on in Ukraine and Russia and in Canada and globally with the virus currently. And I think that in such an uncertain time, it's important to stay close to each other. And International Women's Day is a really important day to remind each other that not only are women are important here in Canada, but all over the world. This is International Women's Day. So as much as, we may think that we don't need feminism here in Canada, there are other countries that, women are being affected more drastically than in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So just acknowledge that women from all over the world have diverse modes of knowledge and sources of knowledge. And it is important to listen to them and to listen to your mothers and your grandmothers and your sisters. And we can really learn from women.
Before we conclude, let all of us pray for the return of peace in our country, which has been affected very, very badly. Russia has invaded an innocent country. So Ukraine, we all pray. And the world stands with Ukraine because they are a democratic country. They want to lead their own lives. But still, there are some elements which they don't allow them to rule their own country. And they have invaded them, which is not right. And Canada has taken a very, very strong stand. We have put lots of sanctions on them. And at the same time, but we pray that no more loss of lives takes place over there, no more damages takes place, and the peace returns to that beautiful country and to the beautiful people of Ukraine. Yes. So by that, we will be signing off from today's episode with Jessica, who will be back with us once she brings the title back to Canada. And we wish you good luck, all the very best from our end. And I will be the first one to again record your interview on your arrival and also host a small reception for you in your honor, because you have always been my favorite. You know that.
Thank you.
That I truly love you. I love your talents. I love your family, all of you. And if you are having even any fundraising, do let us know. We will duly participate in that also. Last time also I duly came to show you my full honor, respect, and dignity.
Thank you so much for coming to this fundraiser.
And I was there, and this time also will support you. Keep your efforts going. And the Philippines also, where they need a person like you to help them, and around the world.
Thank you so much. Again, it is an honor to be here. I'm so humbled and grateful to know you, an amazing person. And I'm so lucky to have met you as well.
She's my regular now co-host, you know.
I love that.
I
love
can't
it.
do without her. So by that, we'll be signing off with this week's Jessica Part 2, and hope to see her again in our studios once again, wishing her all the best, and we'll be taking off. Goodbye, adios, good luck, God bless Canada. Bye.
Bye.